Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. And in this video we're going to be continuing on with our C# tutorial series. And in this particular video we are going to be looking at expression-bodied methods in C#. Now, expression-bodied methods are essentially another way of writing methods using what we call a lambda expression. And they are essentially used to express a method with a single expression as its body in a single line. So if you have let's say a method that simply only will print something that you give it, or will do a calculation, something like that, like a single expression calculation, or something that only takes up a single line. An expression-bodied method will probably be your best bet, so you're not taking up as many lines of code as you would have otherwise. Alright, so we are going to do a very basic multiply method here to demonstrate the expression-bodied method. So right below your main method, go ahead and do a private. And then we're going to have this return an integer. And then we're going to call this multiply. Alright. Then we're going to give it int x and int y. After the parentheses, we do not do curly braces. Instead, we do equals and then the greater than symbol to make kind of like an arrow looking symbol. This is the arrow operator. And then here we can say x asterisk y and do the semicolon. And so now this is our method. Nothing too complicated. However, if you notice, we didn't do the return statement. And that's because you don't have to have the return statement. If your method returns a value, the expression-bodied method syntax assumes that the expression you have in your method is what you need to return, so it'll automatically do it for you. If you put return here, you can see it doesn't like that. It does not like when you put the return return there. That's because it's doing it for you. You don't need to do it. C# will not let you compile if you do that. Alright, so let's go up into our main method here. We can have int product equals multiply. Now, if Visual Studio will actually cooperate with me, equals multiply, we can pass, let's say, 10 and 30. Alright. Now, let's take a look in our error console and see why it's giving us an error. That's why. Because I forgot to apply the static modifier here. There we go. Now if we go ahead and do a console.writeLine product, go ahead and save it, do your Control F5. And now you can see that 300 is printed to the console because we passed 10 and 30 to our multiply method, and it returned the product of 10 times 30. All right. Pretty simple. Now, the previous concepts that we covered, the named arguments and the default values, those also work with expression-bodied methods. So you can use those if you wanted to. Let's say, for example, if I can get this to work here. If it'll cooperate with me. All right. So we can say public static void print, let's say. We can say string s. And then the arrow console.writeLine s. And doing this works too. Expression-bodied methods can also be void. And so we can say print something. Okay, go ahead and do your print call, and then do Control F5, and you can see it prints out 300 because we are still calling multiply, and then it also prints the word something to the console. So that pretty much does it for expression-bodied methods. These are very, very simple things that allow you to clean up your code, make things a little bit more readable, and all that stuff. So thank you all so very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.